This is Compound Interest Stock Guide. Today in this video we're going to be talking about big tickers such as Target, IRBT, and Aberdeen's Platinum ETF and EXXON MOBIL. And we're going to also be talking about how Elon-MUSK wants to implant people with chips and how that's an agenda for people to be ID'd in their right hand with a needle and have a nanoparticle, little rice particle chip in their right hand, aka the mark of the beast. So stay tuned. If you're new to the channel, subscribe, hit that thumbs up. I appreciate it. If you hit that thumbs up, I appreciate it a lot. It helps me push to make more videos, and I like it. So I also want to disclose I'm not a financial advisor. This is just for entertainment information purposes. Do not buy or sell based on anything I talk about. Buy or sell after you did your own research, due diligence, and like the investments you're pursuing. So let's share this little video of Elon Musk.
I think has a very good purpose, which is to cure important diseases, and ultimately to help secure humanity's future as a civilization relative to AI. This, I think, has tremendous potential, and we hope to have this aspirationally in a human patient before the end of next year. So this is not far.
Not far, he says. The implantation of the neuron, the implantation of the neuron-sized threads requires the use of a special robot, but Musk said it's a minimally invasive surgery. So Thornton, I'm sure that means you'll be getting one soon.
I'm gonna get a few.
Okay, so yeah, you heard it. He wants to implant things into your brain so you can keep up with artificial intelligence. Does that sound a little freaky? If you guys want to be cyborgs, go ahead. I will not submit. Now this is the ID into your microchip in your body.
That's for you. Would you consider replacing your ID, your keys, or your wallet with an implant? People in Sweden have actually been doing this for a few years. They don't need an ID badge. They don't need cash on hand. They don't need their keys. Everything's stored in this tiny little grain, about the size of a grain of rice, that's implanted into your thumb. It costs less than $200. It's a really quick procedure. Some people have imagined this is part of a dystopian future. We already have some people quote.
And the second beast required all people, small and great, rich and poor, free and slave, to receive a mark on their right hand or on their forehead, so that no one could buy or sell unless he had the mark, the name of the beast, or the number of its name. Let the one who has insight calculate the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and that number is 666. So yeah, I've been pretty vocal on Twitter and around that is kind of what's going on. Yes, people want to incite that, oh, it's this virus it's crazy, it's killing people. But if you were to actually listen to some of these doctors, actually this Rashid Buttar, believe that's his name, or it's Buttar was his last name, and he's talking, he was actually a military veteran, and he's saying that, there's not people dying, not like crazy from this virus. So he's exposing this, and then his video got taken off of YouTube. So there's a full-on agenda to silence the people, shut the F up, do as you're told, and no freedom of speech. That's what they're trying to push, and artificial intelligence realm. So yeah, I don't like it at all, and I'm concerned for civilization. And I know they're trying to pull this rabbit over people's head, this virus and stuff, but people aren't dying from going out and about, getting sunshine, getting vitamin D, and now they're pushing all this communism on people. Don't go to the parks, you're going to get the virus. It's just so backwards. They shutting down skateboard parks, shutting down camping spots that also are day parks where people can go for the day and just relax. No, you can't do that. But meanwhile, they have the liquor store open and other stores. So it's just completely backwards. Call me crazy, but I'd rather go down as crazy than when I know I'm speaking the truth than to be afraid to speak the truth. So that's what's up. And yeah, that's the Bible's revelation. So let's get into TARGET-TGT. So I'm sure people have heard of Target. And yeah, I mean, you know, it would have been a good buy back in $92 all the way up to 113, and then that would have been the sell spot right here when it's outside the Bollingers. I very much recommend people who are having struggles in investing and trading to use Bollingers you know, when you're trading and investing, to use them, because it's like gives you a lot more insight into where things are trading, right? This is the bullish part. Once it moves over here, I call it the bullish part of the Bollinger Bands, and this is the bearish part of the Bollinger. So you look at here, right? It crossed over, right? That's the bearish part, and then it continues down. So from $114 all the way down to $90. So that's a $25 swing-ish, and then moving back up to another $25-ish swing. So if you were to able to make money taking this down, if you had puts on the way down and then you had calls, or you just bought the stock on the way up, you're doing very dandy on a stock. Now it just came back down, and you know, I'm looking at the RSI 53. I'm thinking that it can go up higher. I'm thinking it can go to 115, 120, maybe keep going higher. Eventually it's going to run out of steam and want to come back down, but it does seem to want to gain momentum. So, you know, I'm definitely going to keep my eyes on this target. I was alerted to this on Greg Manarino's newsletter. So, you know, I'm following his newsletter. He's got a lot of great information there. So IRBT. So Mark Cuban was on TV, and he was speaking to someone, and he said that, you know, when they're opening up the economy, they're going to have to, you know, he spoke of robots. So that's the robot. It's connected with what else. He doesn't know how it's going to be, but he also mentioned robots. So I think that there's very much room for a bullish in the robot space. So this is a company called, I bought it right here. That would have been a great buy, you know, to $55, $15 on your stock. So whether you had 1,000 shares, I mean, that's $40,000. And, you know, you go to 55, that's a $15,000 swing in a very short amount of time. Take that money and run. But again, I do think it can go a lot higher. The RSI is about 70, so it can't go higher. I think it can go to higher, like 65, and then it would want to pull back and then probably come back up a few times, but then it's going to do more consolidation. That's just what I'm thinking. I mean, you can't predict the future on these stocks, but you can have an idea, and you can kind of have a plan on how you're going to trade it, right? You know, if it comes up and then it starts coming back down, you get out of your position because the trade's going against you. You don't want to go have the trade go against you. I mean, that's where you buy Aurora at $15, and then you're thinking, oh, it's $1. I'm just going to average down more. That's stupid philosophy. Don't follow that philosophy. It'll just get you crushed in the market. I mean, sure, maybe one of these days, maybe one of these stocks that you averaged all the way down, it'll go back up, but it's a loser's game. You want to follow winners. The big winners are continuously going up, and, you know, yeah, they'll come back down, but they're not coming down from like $20 all the way to like one match to these companies. You just have to get out, and that's just learning through the tribulations and investing and trading. But you know, you get your compound interest, you get, you know, 20-30% on these gains, and you do that 2 or 3 times, you're doubling your money against you. You GTFO, and that, you know, guys, what that means, and girls know what that means. I'm not going to say the swear words. I'm going to try to be a little more mature in my videos, so I'm not going to try to say any swear words. I may come out from time to time, but I'm going to work on not saying any swear words. I know guys such as Graham Stephan doesn't say swear words, so, you know, I'm trying to be a higher role model, I guess you could say. PPLT is the Platinum ETF, and, you know, it's on the bull side of the Bollingers. I mean, Platinum has to come up. In order for this to come up, it's just going to go with Platinum. I mean, you can go to commodities on investing.com. I mean, it can go to $1,500 or higher, But, for now, it's hard to say. It does look like it wants to break out, but, it could break down as well. So there's no certainty, but I just sharing this. So if you wanted to play directly with Platinum, this would be your best bet, because other and Anglo-American Platinum, they're in very rough jurisdictions that they can have strikes left, right, and center, and you could be up like 100%, and all of a sudden the next day you're down 20% because they have a big strike, and now they're not going to be open for a while. So that's just the risk you play with these in weird jurisdiction miners, even though they're getting platinum. Now, for a platinum and palladium and a nickel, big player is Nilsy. So I've talked about that in the past. You can go search on my videos on my channel to look at Nilsy. I've done a lot of research on that company. I don't have a position right now in them, but I do like that company very much. They don't have much volume, but they're set up with Russian oligarchs. So let's move along. EXXON MOBIL, XOM. So come back from 45 down here. Now it's coming back up. It's weird. There's a lot of people saying that USA wants to, invest money into the energy. They want to control the energy. So if they control companies such as XOM or Chevron and all these, and they have big investments, they're going to have a lot bigger control over the energy sector. So it'll be interesting. I mean, this is a good company, a great company. They're on the S&P 500 and they're on the Dow. Another one is Chevron, CVX, and then there's XLE, which is an energy fund. So that's companies to look into. Now on the bear side it's 55. So I mean, it could definitely come back down. It all depends on oil prices and just the sentiment in the oil sector. I don't think the price should be this high, but you don't have control over the markets. If the market wants to go up, you just have to roll with it. If you're going to make money in the markets, you just have to roll with the market you're in. I mean, the market should be a lot lower, but they're putting all the stimulus money and they're buying up these stocks and keeping them up. So the top companies, the Dow 30 and all those, like they'll make sure that those are, inflated. So anyways, XOM. And then for my whole, this is the ones that I was looking at for this week, and I didn't do a chart for all these, but you got Walmart at 129, you got Target, you got Microsoft, and you got Tech Resources, a big commodity play. In Canada, you got iRobot, and you got this one, the XLE, which I was just speaking on, and you got the ETS Physical, Platinum, Palladium, and EXXON Mobil. Now, I'm going to share with you guys my Twitter page. I've been talking about, last night, I was talking about FCX, Freeport McMoran. They're in the S&P 500, a big copper player. I talk about their NAV, their net asset value, being 350 million. And then I talk about Newmont, NEM, and they have a 15 to 20% NAV. So their market cap's 15 to 20% of their NAV, whereas FCX is around 4%. So it's a different industry. Newmont is a gold player, and gold's a lot higher. The people are making a lot of money in the companies with gold because the value of gold continuously rising. Now, Freeport is more in copper, and copper is at very low prices. It's coming from the bottom. It was about $2. Now it's at $2.4, and it can definitely go to $2.75, $3. And that'll definitely help out Freeport McMoran. But Freeport McMoran also gets molybdenum, and they get gold. So they're getting around 700,000 ounces a year in gold, and Newmont's does 6 million. So Newmont's fairly strictly gold. I mean, they get 96 million gold reserves, and then they have 63 million in equivalent. So that could be steel, that could be copper, that could be, silver, it could be all different things. But majority is gold. And with Freeport, the majority is copper. So they're definitely different, and copper is not very hot. Now, Zacks says FCX is ZAC 2 rating, and they call Newmont a number 1 ranking. But, you know, you can't just buy based on Zacks ranking. If gold goes down, most likely Newmont's going to go down. Now, if copper continuously rises, then FCX should be very well. So I am bullish on FCX, and I do have a position in FCX. But, you know, I do very informative information on my Twitter page. So if you want to add me at Compound Stock 13 right here, you know, say hello to me, whatever, and follow me. And, you know, I got a lot of good information. I mean, some things I say are very, you know, they're very confrontational, I guess, that people don't really want to hear. But, you know, I just have to speak my mind. And there's a lot of people that do support me on this stuff. And, you know, we'll see in the future if I'm crazy or just, you know. But, yeah, I do charts such as this, like Budweiser. Share my little support resistance zones on Budweiser, you know, just looking at the charts, you know. So I do lots of charts such as that, and I post cannabis news and other news that are important, I believe. And so, yeah, if you want to follow me on Twitter, I'd be happy to chat with you. Now, I'm just applying for a Forex account because I think I'm very valuable, skilled in commodities. So the problem is a lot of the big moves always happen at the night. So I've done OANDA before. I've done a practice account, but that was when I wasn't nearly as knowledgeable about commodities as I am now. So I just sent them more information. So hopefully this week I can move. Now I'm just like learning about how I'm going to play it, because I'm thinking I'm going to put $1,500. And when you play Forex accounts, you can do leverage. You can do like 3 leverage. You can do 5 leverage. So what that means, if you put $1,000 into a trade, you can play with, you know, $3,000, or you can play with $5,000 or $10,000, depending if you do 5 or 10 times leverage. I mean, some of these got 50 times leverage, but I don't recommend that. But regardless, some people are going to do that, and I can't stop them. But yeah, so what I'm thinking is, you know, you look at this. It's a price of, you know, like 14.8. And then if I was to sell that, so that's only like 2 hours of movements, right? And you get 15.1, or you wait till you get to here, like, well, probably not a good idea. But regardless, okay, so you do that in 2 hours, right? So if I was playing with $1,000 and I played, you know, 5x, so I did $5,000 and then I divided by 15, then I could have about 333. So you have to do it in decimals. So for a lot is 5,000 lots. So, you know, you divide it by like 333 divided by 5,000. So that's what you would have to put into your lot size. Like, you'd be like, okay, this is what I'm doing. And then you buy at the price right here, and then you sell here. So if I had 333, you know, silver, then if I made like 0.2, you know, that's 66. I mean, you got like some type of commissions and stuff like that. Say maybe minus like $8 or $10, but you know, you get like $50, $80 or whatever here and there from time to time. I think that I'll be able to make big moves, and then I can play with bigger money. I mean, if I was to play with, you know, like $10,000, right, and you get that move rate all the way here, you're making pretty good money. So I just have to calculate how much all this stuff. Now silver, I can play crude because I'm smart like that. I don't need somebody to tell me how to trade. But yeah, I mean, it's just TFO. That's the code. So yeah, anyways, it's taking a little time because I got a lot of stuff up. But you know, if say $17, you know, you get it from here, you get one bar, like $16 all the way to, you know, 16. That's like 5-6%, right? So if I had $5,000, you know, you're gonna get like $300, right? So, you know, I just think that I can make these moves, and I like trading at night. You know, I can't trade at night, but I'm more a nocturnal person. When I go to jobs, I work night shifts, so I think this is going to work out for me to make a few dollars here and there, and you know, I can just excel with this, and you know, just be very diligent. You know, if I'm like, okay, right here, $11, okay, boom, 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 $14, right? That's a lot of money, right? But I mean, you got to be careful. It could all come down. That's why, you know, at the beginning of the start of the day, you just, you know, I'm very comfortable with looking at these charts. I've spent hours and hours looking at gold, crude oil, silver, natural gas, copper, platinum, palladium, and you know, all these different, nickel, you know, you name it. So, and then I could do cryptocurrencies too. I can do Bitcoin. So, you know, like, I can definitely figure out a way to make like $100 here and there, like within a blink of an eye. So, you know, anyways, if you don't want to do that and you're interested in Bitcoin, I recommend looking at GBTC. I just got a small position in them last week, and, you know, I think it can go a lot higher. Anyways, thanks for listening to my video, and I hope you gained a lot of valuable insight. If you haven't hit that like, boom, 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 boom. And yeah, let me know how things are going. I know things are very wild, what's going on. And you know, leave a comment down below. If you're new to the channel, tell me where you're from, and share the video with friends and family. I do truly appreciate that. All the support I get from the channel, it's going to grow. It's going to get bigger and badder just with time. So anyways, shaka, cut, peace. I'm outie 45.